Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the PG Show, where we talk about all things college football. And today we have to talk about the new Big 10 media rights deal. But before we do that, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments below. How does this new media rights deal for the Big 10 change college football as we know it? All right, the Big 10 has signed a historic media rights deal with not only the incumbent Fox, but CBS, NBC, Fox Sports 1, and Peacock TV, which is an affiliate of NBC. The deal, which is the largest in history, will be reportedly around $7 to $8 billion across 7 years, starting July 1st of 2023. So the Big Ten's 6-year media rights deal with Fox and ESPN is now set to expire in 2023. ESPN and the Big Ten have been partners in their media rights agreement since the early 1980s. So this is big because when you used to watch College Game Day, right after College Game Day followed up a Big Ten football game. And so now ESPN is going to have to go out there and fill that time slot with other games. And so there's definitely, I feel like, a crucial aspect for the ESPN to be able to go lock down and become the main media rights provider, not only for the Big 12, but for the SEC, because you need to be able to start playing games in that time slot where maybe the Big 10 was originally playing after College Game Day. The other thing is, I am curious to see, does College Game Day go to the Big 10 games as often or even at all now after these media right deals have now been extinguished? Now, breaking down a little bit into the deal, one of the things that is probably most intriguing here is how the Big Ten football championship game is going to be structured. So in 2023, 2025, 2027, and 2029, Fox will get the Big Ten football championship game. CBS will get it in 2024 and 2028, and NBC will get it in 2026. Now, the interesting here outside football is NBC is actually going to get to host the doubleheader for basketball, and I believe also the women's tournament. So there's some exclusive rights there for Peacock TV, which kind of makes me wonder how that's all going to work in with YouTube TV and Hulu Live TV and Sling TV, now that maybe one of those exclusive streaming services has broken into exclusive rights on something. How do the other ones also play into that as well? But a couple thoughts here that are pretty important are, with the Big Ten having media rights deal with NBC, this is going to put them in prime position to go grab Notre Dame. And the reason why this is so big is because when I was reading on this on Sports Illustrated, it was reported that each school would get roughly around $100 million. And that's more than what they were looking for from NBC at the beginning. So it would only make sense for Notre Dame at this point to go with the Big Ten geographically and for the money. And I know about the contract with the ACC. Listen, they all got good lawyers, and the Big Ten's got money now, so they can go pay for Notre Dame to come to their conference. But I want to talk about some other teams that they could potentially go grab. So they can either go grab one more with Notre Dame, or they can go grab 3 more and become the first conference to 20 teams. Now, the teams that they could go grab that everybody's talked about is Stanford, Oregon, Washington, Cal. I'd say if you're going to go get Notre Dame, it makes sense to take Stanford or Cal, one of those two, and then grab Oregon and Washington. That makes sense. I think it's pretty unlikely that they get an ACC team at this point, just because the ACC has such restrictive media rights deals, locking them in until 2035, 2036 on a 20-year deal with ESPN. And since ESPN doesn't own anything with the Big Ten anymore, it's going to be interesting because that's a that's a lot of power that ESPN's got there, especially if they go and they're able to secure the SEC and the Big 12. Because now essentially they could just say, hey, well, we only want to pay for 2 conferences, so let's move the major brands out of this conference to this conference to go have just 2 conferences that we have to pay for, so we don't have to pay for the other brands that we don't want. It's a stretch, but it's definitely very well possible. So go ahead and let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments below. What do you guys think about this new Big 10 media rights deal, and how do you guys think it's going to affect college football going forward?